What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of DC's Diabolies. Whoop, whoop. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today as we hang out for a little while. And it looks like the mayor's office is pretty upset with me right now. It seems like we're probably going to get in trouble today, so I'm getting ready for the phone call, getting bitched out by the douchebag down at City Hall. My grandfather has epilepsy, and recently the seizures have gotten worse. They happen more often, and they all end in tears. Doctor says he needs a special new drug I can only get from out of town. I'm the only one in the family who can drive. Can I go get them? Yeah, man, I don't need a detective today. Whatever.
Oh God, we are cutting your department's budget because I'm so upset with you right now because you won't beat up old people.
Well, let's get rid of one of my empty slots. Who cares? It's fine. Did we finally get a refresher, like, of new people in here? On this side, Mr. Sahin demands that we arrest his waiter. The slant-eyed bastard stole the gold cigarette case that I got from my grandfather. I feel like that's probably a false alarm. Several hours, a dirty bum has been riding at the bus number 517, and he spread his filth all over the rear seats. Ew, he's a literal dirty bum? A woman offered him some money, but he started barking at her and bit her hands several times. Alright, Gibbons and Song. Song's got to be the new God Bomber. Meanwhile, we'll send Numata and Beardcell off to this little call. Leaves us a little tapped out. But it should be good enough. Oh my god, it's already 12 o'clock? How is it already 12 o'clock? We haven't even done anything today. What time do we start work? I thought we started really early in the morning, but maybe we don't now that there's a hostage situation. Woman slipped into the VIP area, took a stripper hostage. She has a knife and she seems serious, says the club bouncer. Well, roll out. Mr. Sahin accidentally left a cigarette case in the bathroom. Exactly. This is why you don't accuse people of stealing things unless you know for sure. We've arrested the dirty bum, though. The dirty bum has definitely been arrested. His bum shall be dirty no longer. We shall force him into a prison shower. This music got me sleepy right now. I don't know what it is about this music, but I'm just like, man. Definitely feels wintry right now. Although I do love the way that the window's behind this and you can see like the snow coming down. Stripper's on her knees. Standing beside her is a woman with a knife. She slowly traces the blade along the stripper's cheek and begins shouting, I will cleanse you of your sin. He's a Chippendale dancer. Take aim. Shoot her. Shoot her. That's how I do out here. If you threaten anybody with a knife, I'm just going to outright shoot you. I got time for these shenanigans. We got child abuse at the Everyday Mall. Mrs. Richardson decided to punish her son for misbehaving at school. She made him dress in a tutu, wig, lingerie, and called the police, saying there's a mother leading her son through the store, telling everyone to look and scolding the boy. Now he knows what it feels like. She's crazy. The woman should be allowed to be a mother and take the kid away. All right. Song and Beardcell, I guess. I'll send Gibbons and Matza out. Some girls who were sunbathing on the beach saw a man tie a couple of bricks around his neck and throw himself into the water. Hurry, the girls screamed. There's no one else here. We don't know how to swim. Well, I don't know. I don't think I can drive a car unless I can defy the rules of physics. I don't think I can get a car fast enough before he suffocates. But what are you going to do? My husband got to drinking the cheap brandy again and went out with friends to the whores. Playing an angry Ida Martinez. There's dozens of prostitutes over here and you cops don't do anything. If you can't clean up the neighborhood, then I'll get in my car and smear those bitches on my bumper. Damn. Don't be mad because your man snuck off the reservation. Why are you trying to murder people? Just because you can't get your hooks into him. I don't know. Exercise better game. Or I don't know, marry a better class of man. I mean, honestly, that seems to be fine. Oh my god, are you kidding me right now? So destruction of property. Nobody's going to go to that one. We're definitely going to miss that one. Send Namada and Beard Cell over there. Most of the call girls scatter, but one of them is oblivious and just standing at an open car window negotiating with a client. Block their escape. Let no hooker be unhooked. Man, shit is not good right now. I mean, at least it's a bunch of little stuff, though. Like, it's not things where people are dying outright. It's just small crimes where people are running away on foot, like petty crime type shit. I'm pretty sure prostitution is just a misdemeanor. It's not even like that big of a deal. A maid saw a husband pushing his wheelchair-bound wife down the stairs. I don't understand why he did it. They seem so in love with each other. I think that's probably a false alarm, too. Ain't got nobody. Sucks to be you. This doesn't seem like the kind of thing that the mayor should be calling me personally about. Like, I personally need you to send down a couple of officers. Oh, really? After you just cut my budget? Well, I personally need to shove my foot up your ass. So, you know, if you can get me 2 or 3 good kicks in your asshole, then I will send an officer over. But until that point, I don't care about your problems. During a screening of the film Crazy Arms, an elderly man shot a couple who were kissing in the next row. The theater manager called the police. Reports that the offender has ordered everybody in the audience to remain seated and demanded that the movie continue. Right. Left us with a little bit of something. You guys catch the homicidal person? And look at Matza leveling back up to where she already was because I injected her with illegal drugs that we were testing for $80,000 so that I could make $500,000 and win the game. Woo! Jack, the guys are playing poker tonight. You want to play? Yeah, sure, why not? How much will you take with you? Oh, I don't know. Let's take 10 with me. Maybe we come out on top. You can never tell. Or maybe it's an assassination attempt. Maybe we'll get there, we'll get jacked for our $10,000, and that'll be that. Sometimes that's just the way she goes, Rick. Ugh. Pot's $400. King 8. Yeah, I'll check. I'm gonna fold it up. Ace and a 10. There we go. That's a little bit better. Go ahead and check. I'll call. Man, everybody in on this one. I'll check. And I'm gonna fold. There ain't no way with a pair of 9s we're walking out of this one. He had a pair of 9s. That was all he had, huh? A pair of 9s. Avi Carlos took everything. We got a 9 and a 10, but they're sharing a suit. So that's not too bad. That could work out pretty well. There we go. Go ahead and bet. Yeah, that was probably a mistake. I don't see this going real well for us, but, you know. He had nothing? He had a handful of nothing. And I assumed he was sitting on a flush or something. God. Share a face, so that's good. Might as well play till the river goes over. I mean, I see no reason not to. I'll check. I mean, if he wants to check, he can do what he wants to do. I'm kind of a conservative player when it comes to poker, though. Fold now. The garbage hand. Garbage hand. And since there's no human component of like bluffing and bullshitting, it's like, well, what am I going to do? I'm playing straight cards right now like you used to do on your little Tiger Casio, you know, pocket poker thing. And so really, ooh, there's a hand we want to play out though. Let's go ahead and play. Pair of 4s and a 10. Florian's all in, huh? That's how he wants to play. I mean, it could be aces high, but I don't know. I mean, all it takes is for somebody to have a pair or an extra 4, and I'm like toast. I don't really have anything, so I'm going to fold it up. Exactly. Exactly. It's nice that they show. I mean, I guess they have to. I got a jack and a 5. All right, this is not super entertaining to me. Mini earthquake strikes city. Famous magician Lorenzo Trentino visits Freiburg. City Hall is still hella angry, trying to keep warm. Man accidentally sets himself on fire. Shift is a little rough, but maybe we'll pull out the other end. Who knows? Alright, so City Hall. I doubt that I'm going to get any of my requests right now. Labor market, we got some new people, so personnel. Personnel-wise, I'm thinking we got 10 there, we got 10 there, so 1 to A and 1 to B. Alright. So you go to A, because A is a bit rougher right now. You go to B. It'll keep us locked in for a little bit. And let's get this thing started. Reckless endangerment. Controversial artist Drew Bogdanovich got himself drunk and is now staggering down the street naked carrying a revolver. Send out Red Force. Woo! Assault with an offensive weapon. Manager gave one of the laborers a hard time for being late. The man became furious, grabbed a captive bolt pistol, and started chasing the manager around the slaughterhouse. You're in charge, sir, but it's probably going to take quite a few of us to actually accomplish anything over here, so we might as well dogpile it. Give me another officer slot, please. Mr. Boyd, I own a garage here in town, and I'd rather not mention the name. The situation is this. One of my clients badly needs a very large amount of high-octane motor fuel, but this gentleman is wanted by the law, and you can't just fill up a whole tanker at a local gas station. I know the police fleet uses the right kind of fuel. I'd like to exchange your supply for an alternative we can give you. It'll suit your cars just fine. You won't have any problems, probably won't notice the difference, and of course, I'll pay you. Do you agree? Yes, I do. Oh my god, 45 grand. We're getting paid right now. Aquino got himself taken care of. Did it play Taps last time or whatever? Is that what that's called? Yeah, it's called Taps, right? Today he was buried with military honors. No, it's a bummer that we lost Aquino. He's like one of my favorite guys that we had. I don't know why he's one of my favorite guys. It's just he always seems to come through. Reckless endangerment. Looks good. Red team took care of it. Can't be having people walking around with revolvers threatening people in our town. It's already bad enough out here. People are constantly dying, being blown up, and otherwise threatened by anything and everything. Hopefully they do okay. I'm a little bit worried about them. Okay, they got him. I was sketchy on it because we don't have anybody with really, really good skills anymore on the green team. So it'll take some doing to make sure that they all do all right. Can I sort these by, like, the color? No, they're sorted by, okay. Assault at a Beat Busters studio. A group of slender girls were giggling as they watched a fat middle-aged lady performing pirouettes. She broke down and attacked the foolish girls. The dance studio owner sounded terrified on the phone. I'm afraid she'll break all of my mirrors. Are you trying to say she's ugly? That's ice cold, man. She's already getting made fun of for being fat and doing ballet. And now you got to say she's going to break all the mirrors. Have some tact, you know, show some decorum. We have a destruction of property. 2 men with baseball bats came into the arcade room and began smashing all the machines. Gambling is Satan's game, roared the men. The cashier thought he saw a revolver in one man's belt. Okay. Well, you know. Let's send over some homies. The boys in blue. The bad lieutenant running up in your tenement, planting all the evidence. Oh, they're already there. Nah, you guys are good. If you guys need more than the 2 of you, that suggestion was way off because you're both pretty top-tier officers. Got officers on their way back. Attempted carjacking. A passerby. Notice a suspicious black man walking around near an expensive car. Hurry before he steals things. You are a racist, sir. A 211 in progress. An elderly couple, or an elderly male couple, are complaining about the kids in their neighborhood. It's the 4th time this month they've written the words faggots on our garage. We know it's only kids, but how many more times do we have to paint over it? I really don't like using those words in the middle of a series. I'm always conflicted about it because on one hand, that's how they wrote the game, and so with regards to artistic integrity, if it's not going out of its way to be offensive, you know, it's like one of those things, well, that's the way that they wanted to write it. That's the way that they wanted to write it. I guess I should recite it. And in other times, I just don't like using that kind of language. I just really don't. I don't know. Send Robbins and Perez, I guess. I'm sure they'll be okay. Destruction of property. Looks like that was taken care of. It's just a couple guys with bats. You guys got guns and everything. So it should be alright. We lost the carjacking. Suspicious black man is Mr. Kelly, owner of the car, who was waiting for his wife. People around here, man. Sewers are overflowing in several places. We lost our handle on the problem. We're literally drowning in shit. So far, we managed to isolate the problem to the ghetto, but the pressure on the pipes is building up. Unless you send someone to help with the repairs, an ocean of shit will flood Freeburg. This is going to be dirty work, and your men aren't going to like it, but the mayor's office gave us a small fund to cover emergencies. You can give them a bonus if you need. The city needs its heroes. I ain't that kind of hero. You better call the sanitation department. I got my $500,000, so whatever happens, happens. Vandalism's looking good. Perez is back up to 155. Bringing him along. I just need to make sure I send the lower level guys off on jobs so that they can level up and become a bit more proficient. Witnesses complain of a suspicious man in a hoodie who regularly hangs out in the park. He appears at night, always at the same place, and sells drugs to passersby. His customers look as suspicious as the seller. Okay, Pearson and Rushing, go ahead. Or Peterson and Rushing. And I doubt we'll have too much more to do tonight. It seems unlikely to me. High school is enjoying a recent crime spree. Somebody needs to go down there and give a talk about drugs and the dangerous hard life of the criminal. Don't keep the kids waiting. Alright, I'll send him over, I guess. Would have preferred to send Perez, but oh well. They got him. Officers unharmed. Everything's good. About 3 hours left in the shift before we got to pack it on up and head home. Assault report. We got 3 new frames. How many does this require? 5. Me and Alex were just having a quiet walk along the beach when a guy ran up and hit him in the back of the head with his fist. Alex fell down. The man grabbed me by my hair and started yelling that I was worse than a whore for laying down with a dark-skinned man. Tried to escape, but the freak held me tight. Then I saw he was wearing brass knuckles and a blade flipped out of them, and he cut my cheek. Pain was really bad. Something like, now everybody will know what you are, a slut with no soul. Then he ran. Blood was covering my face, but I saw he was heading towards the parking lot. I didn't see anything. All I remember is a heavy blow to the back of my head, and then everything went dark. When I came to, I saw the ambulance and the police were here. Girl's cheek was cut with a small blade. The man was stunned by a powerful blow to the head. Judging by the bruising on the man's head, the assailant struck him with brass knuckles. Around the crime scene were found traces of blood and a baseball. Jing me. I was just pulling into the park and saw a small gray-haired man quickly getting into a rusty pickup truck. Noticed him in particular because his arm was covered in blood. I thought he must be really hurt. I wasn't surprised. This beach of ours, even in the winter, is like a minefield of broken bottles. So they're walking. He runs up on him. He hits him. Runs back to the parking lot. Gets into the pickup truck. Cuts her face. There it is. And actually, it's right about the right time to send somebody after this one. So let's maybe go after him over here. Kind of had to gamble on it. I could have sent support on that last one. Oh well. They'll be good. We'll try the next one, I guess, day after tomorrow if this doesn't work out. Okay then, wrong place. I was hoping we would get him right there, but what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Hearing, Mayor Rogers pocketed snow machine money. Indian Festival of Colors in the suburbs. Passenger aircraft suffers engine failure, but pilot lands safely. We're kind of back on City Hall's good side for a minute anyways. I might put in my request today then and see if I can at least get another officer or something. Matza didn't come in. You take my car to the shop? No. Father has epilepsy. No. Song, I need you. Sorry. I think we got enough promotions on this side of the field. We'll focus on promoting people from the other side now. So these investigations, can I oh, I can't change the lead detective. Okay. I was gonna. We paid our snitch. We got a City Hall request, which worked out pretty well. I'll probably add my Wuggles. Good old my Wuggles. Whose Wuggles? My Wuggles. Put her on Shift B, I guess. I don't know. We ain't got a lot of good people right now. There's a massacre. A man in a raincoat and a mask entered the school, unsheathed the sword, and started killing everybody that got in his way. Police were called by the headmaster, who's barricaded himself in his office. It's a real nutcase on the loose. I saw him cut down 2 boys and the PE teacher who tried to stop him. We don't call them headmasters here. We call them principals. So I'm assuming this game was probably actually made by somebody not from where I'm from anyways. I never heard nobody call them I'm thinking we send Green Force over there. Along with SWAT. And we have terrorism over here. Mr. Norris reported an explosion on the street. I was making a sandwich in the kitchen when I heard a deafening roar. It must have thrown shrapnel everywhere. There's bound to be a lot of injured people. It's in the suburbs, bro. I bet it's a false alarm. I don't trust that for a second. Everyday Store is doing one of their Bring Your Own Cup promotions. These things typically end in brawls, so they'll need to send extra police officers for security. Alright, Chief, after we filled up the cars with the new fuel, black smoke kept belching from the exhaust pipe. It's nothing serious, but we figure you should know. I got nothing going on right now. What does Atticus want? Mr. Boyd, my new assistant, seriously screwed up. He signed a long-term lease for the entire floor of an Atticus tower at Lost. Now, he's obviously not in his right mind, so the new tenant is an owner of a beauty salon, a brunette with extraordinary skills, if you know what I mean. Can't evict her. The whole lease is completely legal, so I want you to send your ugliest men to pay her a visit. Let me explain to the young lady that beauty is a fragile thing, and once it's gone, there's no salon in the world that can help, and I don't need her fucking money. I just want to throw the cunning bitch out on the street. Well, maybe, man. We got an hour to do it, so there's a bomb threat over here. There's no explosion. It was just the man's neighbor, Mr. Schwartz, who dropped a power drill on his roof. It's not that loud either. I've dropped power drills on a roof before. I'm in a unique situation to talk about this because I was a roofer. So, there you go. Got bomb threats and some other stuff going on right now. They should make it back in time for the bomb threat, though. I hope. Alright, so a man called to say he was sabotaging one of the elevators in a skyscraper. Get ready for some fireworks. I'm going to send these rich scumbags shooting straight up into the air. Send Bucarica. I mean, yeah, just send them back out. It's going to be one of those days for Team Green, apparently. Disorderly conduct at the cathedral. She probably won't go by herself. So we'll wait and see if anybody gets back from the City Hall call. Young widow interrupted church services with some scandalous remarks. Where was your God when my husband was stabbed in the doorway of our home for a couple of bucks? Where was he then? The priest called the police and asked the woman to be taken away. She's upsetting the other parishioners. I don't know. Maybe you should try to like reason with her. Do that thing that Jesus would have done. Don't care. I don't think that the old Jesus man would have sent her packing with the police. You know what I mean? The fur store, man. How long is it going to take you guys to get over there? Jesus. Holy shit. There's nobody else to come, so you better handle it. I mean, I don't know who else to send. Ain't nobody to send, so. Theft report, got away. Like, why is it taking them so long just to get around? Oh, it's because of the cars. That's why. Full moon came out from behind the clouds, showing this is a harmless animal, not a werewolf. Good. Forgot about the cars. Not a very fruitful day for us, I'll be honest. Not a super productive day. One guy puts a bomb in an elevator, and then all of a sudden... Yeah, no. Probably would have been fine if I hadn't sent them over, but I'm trying to woo Rogers at the moment to keep myself out of trouble for a little while longer. Come on. Nothing? Not a single thing, huh? Alright, well. Suppose we'll just ride out the rest of the day then. Just driving circles around town doing cop donuts. And so there it is. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here at the Nerd Castle for the next episode of DC's The Police. Boop, boop. I will call you all later with another episode. I don't know if I'll call you. I don't have your number. But yeah, I'll see y'all later. Hi to everybody.